John 11. And a certain one was sick, Eleazar from Bethaniah, the village of Miriam and her sister Martha. Now it was Miriam who anointed the Master with perfume, and wiped his feet with her hair, whose brother Eleazar was sick. Therefore the sisters sent to him, saying, Master, see, he whom you love is sick. But when Yeshua heard, he said, This sickness is not unto death, but for the esteem of Elohim, so that the Son of Elohim might be esteemed by it. Now Yeshua loved Martha and her sister and Eleazar. Therefore, when he heard that he was sick, then indeed he stayed at the place where he was 2 more days. Then after this he said to the taught ones, Let us go back to Yehuda. Then the taught ones said to him, Rabbi, the Yehudim were but now seeking to stone you, and you are going back there? Yeshua answered, Are there not 12 hours in the day? If anyone walks in the day, he does not stumble, because he sees the light of this world. But if anyone walks in the night, he stumbles, because the light is not in him. He said this, and after that he said to them, Our friend Eleazar has fallen asleep, but I am going there to wake him up. Therefore the taught ones said to him, Master, if he has fallen asleep, he shall recover. But Yeshua had spoken about his death, whereas they thought that he spoke of taking rest and sleep. So then Yeshua said to them plainly, Eleazar has died, and for your sake I am glad I was not there, in order for you to believe. But let us go to him. Toma, who is called the twin, then said to his fellow taught ones, Let us also go, so that we die with him. Therefore, when Yeshua arrived, he found that he had already been 4 days in the tomb. Now, Bethaniah was near Jerusalem, about 3 kilometers away, and many of the Yehudim had come to Martha and Miriam to comfort them concerning their brother. Martha then, when she heard that Yeshua was coming, met him, but Miriam was sitting in the house. Martha then said to Yeshua, Master, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that whatever you might ask of Elohim, Elohim shall give you. Yeshua said to her, Your brother shall rise again. Martha said to him, I know that he shall rise again in the resurrection at that last day. Yeshua said to her, I am the resurrection and the life. He who believes in me, though he dies, he shall live. And everyone that is living and believing in me shall never die at all. Do you believe this? She said to him, Yea, Master, I believe that you are the Messiah, the Son of Elohim, who is coming into the world. And having said this, she went away and called her sister Miriam secretly, saying, The teacher is here, and calls you. When she heard, she rose up quickly and came to him. And Yeshua had not yet come into the village, but was in the place where Martha met him. Therefore the Yehudim who were with her in the house, and were comforting her, when they saw that Miriam rose up quickly and went out, followed her, saying, She is going to the tomb to weep there. Miriam, therefore, when she came where Yeshua was, and saw him, she fell down at his feet, saying to him, Master, if you had been here, my brother would not have died. Yeshua, therefore, when he saw her weeping, and the Yehudim who came with her weeping, he groaned in the spirit and was troubled, and said, Where have you laid him? They said to him, Master, come and see. Yeshua wept. The Yehudim therefore said, See how he loved him. And some of them said, Was this one who opened the eyes of the blind, not also able to prevent this one from dying? Yeshua, therefore, again groaning in himself, came to the tomb. Now it was a cave, and a stone lay against it. Yeshua said, "Take away the stone." Martha, the sister of him who had died, said to him, "Master, already he smells, for it is 4 days." Yeshua said to her, "Did I not say to you that if you believe, you shall see the esteem of Elohim?" So they took away the stone where the dead man was laid. And Yeshua lifted up his eyes and said, "Father, I thank you that you have heard me. And I know that you always hear me. But because of the crowd standing by, I said this, in order that they believe that you sent me." And when he said this, he cried with a loud voice, "Elazar, come out." And he who had died came out, bound feet and hand with wrappings, and his face was wrapped with a cloth. Yeshua said to them, "Loosen him and let him go." Therefore many of the Yehudim who had come to Miriam and had seen what Yeshua did believed in him. But some of them went away to the Pharisees and told them what Yeshua did. So the chief priests and the Pharisees gathered a council and said, "What shall we do? Because this man does many signs. If we let him alone like this, they shall all believe in him, and the Romans shall come and take away from us both our place and nation." And one of them, Caiaphas, being high priest that year, said to them, "You know not, neither do you consider that it is better for us that one man die for the people, than the entire nation should perish." But he did not say this from himself, but being high priest that year, he prophesied that Yeshua was about to die for the nation, and not for the nation only, but to gather together into one the children of Elohim who were scattered abroad. So from that day on they plotted to kill him. Yeshua therefore no longer went openly among the Yehudim, but went from there into the country, near the wilderness, to a city called Ephraim, and remained there with his taught ones. Now the Passover of the Yehudim was near, and many went from the country up to Jerusalem before the Passover, to set themselves apart. And so they were seeking Yeshua, and spoke among one another, standing in the set-apart place, "What do you think? Is he not coming to the festival at all?" And both the chief priests and the Pharisees had given a command that if anyone knew where he was, he should disclose it, in order for them to seize him.